Thank you, Mehruna. That was wonderful. And I just want to acknowledge that Writers International Network, I'm one of the founding directors. We are very proud to bring you all together. And I would like to recognize Lilia Wallace. She's one of our directors. Please stand up and take your seat. And Mr. Quatra, he's our public relations officer. And others could not come. But our next big event is in June 14 at Richmond Culture Center. I would be sending you notice on that, but just to let you know. The next feature is Timothy Shay. He's a thorough Canadian, no fear, tall, stands tall, and walks on the back of the benches to come here. He was born in 1952 and in Ontario, in Hamilton, and he has lived most of his life here. His poetry is published in many magazines. He has one book, This Cabin as the SS Titanic. And with that, he runs a regular poetry program called Hogan's Alley. And I would suggest you must go there. It's beautiful. If nothing else, if you don't like the poetry, you don't hear it. In summertime, when the doors are open, you can't hear it. So I feel quite safe there. And here's Timothy Shay.
So I will try and keep this to 10 minutes. This is a piece I just wrote last week. It's a short sequence. It's sort of existential mumblings on aging. It's called Thin Skin in a Hanging Tree. Peeling an orange, it is a very large one. We share a thin skin. Hanging trees and that snake tree of Eden, pointing pinprick stars were enfolding in the 1,000 arms of the Mahavidya, ganged up like a girl thug wrestling underneath the tree, fight tree, on broken glass ground, down the street from the junior high school, fight tree, dead tree in winter, still enough to be still life. But look, as it embraces the shore, the water body, the hills and houses, finally butterfly pinned, the sky is held still for a passing painter. Under the circumstances, I'd urge the waiting ferry, barge a barking Cerberus to move on, and yes, I'd have that fat apple as long as Eve is still naked. The brutal transit bus lurches, sending old men catapulting down. I join other aging men who have failed in love on the bench with our small dice-shaped cubes of peanut butter sandwich thrown rolling and scattered across ochre winter grass, and the crow who has become used to me lands close and marches closer, gathering chunk after chunk, and burdened with an entire meal, flies to a nearby roof. I fold the plastic bag, pocket it, and continue to slowly leave. So thank you for responding to my overtures in your own incomprehensible way. Thank you for allowing my mind an Olympiad of unconsidered options, exercised with the barbells of love, anchors of an iron heart, waiting for the lost, watching for Ahab's discarded pipe, dreaming of a steaming bowl of spinach. And thank you for the hospitality of the many anthills that have welcomed me. Thanks for the successes of a network of busy beavers in the treeless urban rainforest. Thank you again for the poison and noise to fuel these dreams of the rediscovery of the pristine, the raw meat, the coming caves. The brutal transit bus lurches, sending old men catapulting down. Today, while seeking answers regarding my errant taxation forms, I tried a new strategy effectively. I sounded like a befuddled old guy from the deep interior of this wilderness province. I hemmed and hawed and acted generally confused. I discovered why so many astute old folks feign the speech of simpletons. Everything seizes up physically. The elderly are thrust into daunting states of helpless poverty, patched up and warehoused by the national machine, operated on the skimpiest of conservative budgets. It's then sounding like a simple hick reveals assistance along the cluttered path to paying whatever pennies left after the extinction of the penny. Suddenly lacking any computer literacy, forgetting addition, subtraction, drooling a bit, detained, finally spoon-fed in the dull cells, startled by telephone calls, mistaken for a stranger inside a radio. The brutal transit bus lurches, sending old men catapulting down. It is night. I am experimented upon. I am tired of breaking the news at the head of an army of Chinese grandmothers I have shocked. We have bought things using only English, and we have studied the many forms and configurations of pasta. It is night. After tomorrow, it is the weekend. Tomorrow I will play frisbee with children and feed the crows carefully proportioned bits of Western family wiener. The brutal transit bus, sending old men catapulting down, peeling an orange. It is a very large one. We share a thin skin. It's getting away on me. This is a short love lyric. Beside me. Although I failed to sleep as you slept beside me, my exhaustion a sunset with your smooth horizon beside me, breathing and perfect stillness of your beauty in the darkness beside me. And the form of your body remains an angel in the bedding, pressed like a wild rose petal in some sacred text beside me. Your imperceptible breath, now missing, leaves an empty silence, suspended forest ghost, a fresh blue wind in the smoke and yawning air around me. Your eyes closed in my nighttime memory, cupped there in a green garden sheltering rare midnight birdsong. Your arm, the gentle slope of a path rising to the crown of heaven. You asleep are both enigma and epiphany, vision suspended against my blindness, a song unsung as in silence, so softly you sleep, so safe you sleep beside me. This one's an old poem of mine, but I always enjoyed reading it. Bonsai. We are a small tree in a tight pot. If our roots could sustain growth from arthritic posture, we would grow. But stasis holds us shaped in several fists, tangled where we cannot be seen, where Amnesty International cannot locate us, where the handcuff envelops the hand. Bonsai! If you broke my pot, exploded my illusion, I would be just a little shrub in struggle, not this distant noble oak on ocean edge, appearing to be swayed by wind in windless room of bamboo, cubed light, dustless order. Bonsai, brain in skull, ticks under pressure, tells the green it cannot see, do not move too far or we become a Babel, joined by flesh, but striven by language and element. Bonsai, uncertain is the word, but I won't use it again. This clay vessel contains it, and darkness describes it. There must be something behind those eyes in the dark, and the breakdown, the descent, sees us shattered. Several chunks like cupped hands catch the water, the beach rain, a lake licking at our roots, tendrils exposed, pink and thinking. Thank you.